causing you to sway back and forth while you're working. Here's the First Lady, Morgan Dukes.
Music from Dorinda Clark Cole, taking it back to you in Jesus' name. And of course, getting your hair back.
Yes.
Taking the industry back.
Taking the industry back.
From all the bootleggers. Don't be trying to do folk hair. You ain't got no license.
That's right, Sister Morgan. And I think the perception is, and I take as a hairstylist, and I'm just speaking for us as a general whole, we do have to take some type of, we have to take a look at what we do and how we present ourselves in the salon that will make people think that we don't have to have a license to do this, because maybe we present ourselves as just like beauty school dropouts. We see that all the time. Every time that something is presented with a hairstylist, it's always negative. You got Shanae on Martin. Now, she was like a hot mess.
Yes, she was.
Shanae was a hot mess. So every image of a black hairstylist has always been negative. You look at the movie Beauty Shop. Queen Latifah was a hairstylist, and it was just performance services with no cape on. So much drama.
Yeah.
But the fiction part about that is that a lot of hairstylists that are out there have degrees.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that when we come back, because a lot of people don't realize how educated you all really are.
Yes.
Degrees on top of degrees, because you have two.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord. Hey, don't go anywhere. We're talking here with the hair coach, Deshaun Bullard, and we're talking about fact or fiction. How well do you know your stylist? Ooh, got some more coming for you next on The Express.
At your desk, in your car, and at home, the First Lady is on your radio. Morgan Dukes. Call her now at 1-888-467-7754.
Hi, my name is Sandra, and I just wanted to make a comment about the young lady that you have there with you now. I just want to thank her for allowing everyone that's listening to you guys how important it is to be a licensed cosmetologist and how much we have to know about hair. It's just not about styling the hair. It's about hair care. You have to know about the hair care. And I just want to thank her for that, because, it just irritates me so much that you got so many bootleggers out there thinking they know so much about hair just because they know how to put some glue on a weft and glue it down. But they have no idea what it takes to care for hair. And it just irritates me. So I am just so thankful that she has finally come forth to say, if you don't see the license, you don't need to sit down in the chair. She didn't really say that, but I'm just really glad to hear her even bring that up, because this is so important that is said.
Sister Morgan, I'm so happy that resonated with her spirit, because I felt the same way when someone said they wrote a book about hair and they wasn't licensed. I'm like, you're devaluing the time, the 18 months that I spent in school, to learn this stuff, to learn about ringworms at the scalp, to learn about the dermis, the epidermis, to drag my books to school every day, to take tests, to be under fire. And so this industry is so devalued because of the images that are portrayed and that are put in front of us as it relates to our stylists. And again, we do have to take responsibility, because I know when you walk into a salon and you see a stylist standing up in her high heel shoes and maybe she's having inappropriate conversation, you think that we don't have to learn nothing, that this girl just went to school, got up out of her bed and decided she could really do hair, and so now she's working in a salon. Well, that's not true. Because that person should have had to take the time to go to school and to learn how to do this. And all this hard information that was presented in front of us, she had to go before a board of her state and pass a test in order to perform services. And if she did not do that, then like the caller said, you should not be sitting in her chair, because she did not take the necessary steps to be standing there to service. And that is the problem. A lot of salons do hire staff that is not licensed.
Wow.
Because they need the money for someone to come in and quote unquote pay the booth rent.
But wait a minute then. Are the salons held to any type of fire if you have a a stylist on staff that's not licensed?
Sister Morgan, our cousins, God bless us, the state used to come around quite often into the salon to make sure that everyone was there that was licensed. But the time that we live in now that, the staff is kind of low at the state board, and so they don't really get a chance to come out like they used to. And so now we do find a lot of illegal activity of stylists, performing services in the salon that are not supposed to. And they used to, when the state did come, we used to have this thing where one shop calls the next shop, and the people that didn't have license would run out the back door, and not perform services. But I want the world to know that your stylist that is performing services on you should be licensed by the state, and you need to look for that piece of paper that says that they have taken the necessary steps, that they have taken the test, as well as, Sister Morgan, we have to take CEU hours every year. We are required to have so many hours to perform services to make sure we keep our license up to date so that we can know what's going on as it relates to even small things like sanitation.
That's not small.
Because, Sister Morgan, with HIV, we are taught. Most people don't know this, and I'm so glad we're having this conversation.
You're so passionate about it.
I'm passionate about it.
You should see her. She's hot. She's hot about this topic.
Because we cannot even perform. We should not even be, doing what we call arching brows with straight razors because of HIV.
Okay.
That is part of the laws. These are things that they teach us in our sanitation and disinfectant laws, that we need to use a razor with a guard if we're going to use a razor, because the stylists and the stylists who are listening, they know we cut hair all the time, and sometimes we nick ourselves and we cut ourselves, and then for you to go in and do someone's eyebrows and then they start bleeding, then you could they may have anything, and then you're transmitting that issue to yourself
or someone
vice
else.
versa. If you are a stylist and you may be infected with some type of disease, and then you're performing services on a customer, and then they get cut, and then we're passing diseases back and forth. So I said this to say, even with using combs from customers that have ringworms, and then picking up dirty combs and using them on other customers, these are all things that we learn in school to use barbicide and disinfectants to clean our combs, so we won't pass these diseases on.
We can't do that. Good gracious alive, Lord have mercy. You just done got us. You got us. But listen, we got some responses coming up from Facebook next. You don't want to miss this one. Hang on now.
You can praise your way to victory with a First Lady, Morgan Dukes, on the Gospel Express. Gospel Express. Gospel Express. Gospel Express.